don't you just think, cyclists, people who ride push bikes on the road, absolute nutcases, absolute nutcases. Anyway, I've got an S-Works S35-4. You got to say hyphen like that. -4. A very nice buggy. Love this buggy. Pretty cool buggy. Really nice buggy. Love it. Really love it. The last time it was ran, it was a bit wet and it got really dirty. And I've got about an hour until I've got to be where I've got to be. Well, I had more than an hour when I was at home, and I thought to myself, let's take the S-Works buggy out. But anyway, now I've got about an hour. Took me, bloody hell, took me about 40, just over 45 minutes to get here. Jesus. Is it really that worth it? No, it's not. But that's alright. So, I thought if I can run this one today, it'll fling off all the dirt. It's all dried dust and clay. It'll fling it all off, and then I won't have to clean it. So I don't know if anything's charged, as usual, as bloody usual, because I don't plan anything, you know. I'm not like some of you lot. Some of you lot plan, don't you? You're like, oh yeah, well, I think tomorrow or the weekend I think I'll go out and play some RC cars. Nah, none of that happens with me. None of that happens at all. All I do is, got half an hour spare, or an hour randomly spare, and I sit there and I think, oh, got an hour. Throw some RC cars in the boot of the car, and off we go. So it's anyone's guess. It literally is anyone's guess whether anything is charged. So I've got the battery somewhere. I might already be in it. I've got the battery. Let's get going, shall we? Let's get it all connected up and see what happens. I'm hoping that it all works well, because I am actually looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to running it. I do like this buggy. This is a very nice buggy. So I do like running this one. Some of them I'm not so, like, I like running them, but I'm not like majorly excited. But this S-Works one I like, because I don't know, it just seems so what's the word, it's got like a feeling about it where it's just like hardcore. It's like it don't give an uncle's monkey about nothing, you know. It just, some buggies, some RC cars, you know, they're, what one do we need in case we need to give it a bit of a tweak, that one. No, they're a bit soft and flappy, you know. This one's not. It's just like boof. I kind of like that. I suppose I reckon one of the biggest tests will be whether the starter box battery is man enough. I haven't charged that. That's been sitting there for months. I did actually switch it on and give it a little test. It does work. Oh, it did. It did work. Maybe I've got to take it out of the thing. Engine still turns over. Yeah, literally, like, I was just sitting there this morning and I was just like, you know what, let's go out and use this time wisely. Turn that on. Let's go and have a go. Let's go and have a go of a buggy. So, little bit of nitro. This is 25 in case anyone was interested. I don't know what's in there. It's got about a quarter of a tank of something or another. I don't know what it is. Whatever it was, I think the last time I ran this was in a video actually. And what was the video? I think it was I was at work, I think, something like that. I don't know. I was somewhere. Oh, there's quite a lot of jelly coming out there. I might have to give that a little blow. Hopefully it's not jellied in the car. Can you see it? Can you see all that jelly coming out of that pipe? You probably can't, it's probably too far away. I'll blow it through with a bit of clean. Hopefully it's not jellified inside the carb, which would be a little bit annoying. Doesn't sound like it has, because I heard it go as it went into the car. So that's a good thing. Alright, this starter box, we'll have to see whether it's gonna... It does things, but does it do good enough things? This B3 engine's quite difficult to turn over. It's got it's actually harder. It's got, I don't know if this has got more compression. I think it probably has, than the B5, the good old B5R, which is a weird thing, I suppose. I don't know why all of a sudden that doesn't fit. What's happening there then? Interesting. Oh, it's moved. It's moved. I have to do it back up again. It's not that one. I know these starter boxes are good for like racing and that, but they're bloody annoying, aren't they? They really are bloody annoying. Anyway, I need a transmitter. Right, so let's get this one out. There we go. One transmitter. Oh yeah, glow starter. Forgot all about that. Oh no. Please be charged. Last time I charged this was before I went to Wales, and that was weeks ago, like a month ago. And I used it a lot while I was there as well. So let's see. Let's turn on that. Electric. Oh yes, look at that. Throttle. Yep. Brakes. Yep. Alright. Let's see if we're going to get any sort of go. Here we go. Oh yeah. I don't know if I turned it on again. What did I turn it off for? That's habit, that is. Habit. Always turn stuff off when you're done with it. That way you can't accidentally leave it on. Trouble is, if you are using it, you turn it off without thinking about it, and then you're like, why isn't it working? I don't know. Well, that's just brilliant. That is just brilliant. Perfect. Just what I want. And now it's stuck. Alright. I mean, we can deal with that if you want. I don't really mind. Why is there a glow plug in the bottom of my bag? Look at that. Look at that glow plug I just found in the bottom of my bag. Can you see that? Jesus. What's that all about? It's got more crumbs on it than a bloody biscuit. Get over there. Right. What's going on with this thing now? Stuck again. It's alright. We'll work it out. It was running like a dream then for a minute. So don't worry, don't worry. The key is not to worry. I'll have it running like a dream again in no time. Oh, stuck again. It's alright. We'll keep unsticking it until it wants to run. We'll keep unsticking it until it wants to stay running, and then we'll go and drive it. There it goes. Right. Let's rev the shit out of it this time, and then that way it might stay running. Or not. Oh, piss off me. Right. Get that all the way around there. Don't like that very much, does it? It's stuck again. Oh, stuck again. Right, we'll get there. Let me get this sorted out. Trouble is, this engine always gets stuck. It's just one of them things. Well, it's actually properly seized up, I think, anyway. With my measly little pliers I've got down there, I can't get enough on that flywheel to unseize it. So there was, this is an early generation B3. It's not had a lot of nitro go through it. I don't use it that often, but it's an early one, and I do know that the early ones had problems with the gudgeon pin where it would come out a bit and then get jammed in the sleeve. I believe that's what happens. And obviously then it seizes up because it's jammed in the sleeve there. The piston can't go up and down. I don't know whether that's the case. Something's a bit dicky because of the way that it was happening. You know, it was running and all of a sudden it just jammed, stop solid, jam up, unstick it by turning the engine backwards, and then it would go again, stop. So that's something for us to, we'll have to take it apart, try and work out what the trouble is with it, and see, we'll have to mend it, I suppose. But yeah, I've only got measly little pliers with me, you see. I don't carry big bastards with me, and with my measly little hands I can't grip on the pliers enough to push that flywheel and turn the engine backwards. Can't even turn it forwards. So we'll have to go home, take it apart. You can see there that flywheel's getting properly mashed up where I've been trying to pull it down. So we'll go home later on, next time I get a chance. We'll take it apart and see why it's seized up. What's happened to it? Who knows? It's anyone's guess. It's literally anybody's guess. And I know some of you lot will have your guesses. I'm just going to have one last go. I had the glow plug loose before. I've taken it out completely now. We've got no glow plug in it whatsoever. Glow plug's there. The piston is actually stuck. It looks like it's stuck about halfway. It's not stuck at TDC or BDC. It's stuck about halfway by the looks of it. So, which is weird again. Weird. Normally it'd be stuck at top dead centre, you know, in the pinch. You love the word pinch, didn't you? Pinch, pinch. It's all over here. Pinch, pinch, pinch. It's like you're addicted to pinches. Right. My last little attempt. I haven't got any oil with me. I've got nitro, but I've got no oil. I don't carry oil. I should do, really. Oh, what have I got here? I've got a bottle of Shell Helix Ultra Professional 530. I wonder if that'd do the trick. Pour a bit of that in there. Who knows? Anyway, my last little idea is I'm just going to put the engine heater back on it for another Well, I'll leave it on there for the duration. I mean, these things go off after 10 minutes by themselves, but at that point they should be about 250 degrees, I think. Bloody hot. I'm going to leave it on there for as long as I can. Well, for as long as I can, I'm going to leave it on there, simple as that. Get it as hot as I can get it. And maybe that might, if it's not seized up because of the gudgeon pin, it's just stuck for some reason, it might loosen it up. And if I can get it running again, it might get looser, work past that. It's been sitting on the shelf now for God knows how long, months. Literally, I think the last time I ran it was definitely in a video. I was at work, pretty sure I was at work, in the morning before I start work. And it was, I think it was February, I think it was about March time, because it was definitely a bit chilly. It's about March, and now we're in July. So yeah, sat on the shelf all that time, not moved an inch, never been started or nothing. So who knows? So I'm gonna let it get really hot and see what happens. All right. Been on there now for quite some time. It's nice and toasty, and I'll leave it on there, keep it warm up. Remember, I've got no glow plug in. Let's see. That's absolutely solid. It's nothing to do with the clutch. A lot of you lot mistake clutches for engines and flywheels. The clutch is completely free because the bell turns. But it's got nothing to do with a jammed up clutch. Well, that's it. Solid as a rock. Can we even go that way? No. Not budging. So there we go. It's a bench job. Take it apart, see what's the matter with it. I'm betting on it's that problem, because I got away with it for a while. I did get away with it. It's probably had. It's not had that much fuel go through this as far as what they have. I did get away with it, so it's probably the gudgeon pin problem. So it's probably going to need a new sleeve, maybe even a new piston, which is fine. It'll have to be done in probably next year, a few months time or something. I ain't got no I've got no interest in that at the moment, so we'll see. I'll see you lot back on the bench when we take this engine apart and see what's the matter with it. It's a lovely day as well for this sort of thing today, but that's alright. It's probably a good thing, because it means now I can finally go and get some sleep. I've got half an hour to go till I've got to be where I've got to be. I'm going to go and have a nap, a little sleep, just to relax for a couple of minutes, well, half an hour hopefully, and then we'll be on the bench. See you on the bench, you lot. I want to know what you think is the problem. I reckon it's that gudgeon pin. It's finally come out, it's got wedged. There we go. Simple job, fixed. There's not much to an engine, especially a nitro engine. There's not many things it can be. So, you lot put it in the comments, including you haters, because I like having you around. You bring the spice to the... Spice to the what? Don't know, you bring the spice. Anyway. See you in a minute. Well, them lunatics. Anyone who rides a bike on the road is an absolute lunatic, I'll tell you that now. This food van, one more fresh home, that's been parked here at the side of the road. And this food van's been parked at the side of the road here now for years. It's got proper flat tyres. I wouldn't mind a food van like that. It's still got the windows cracked a little bit. It's still got things in it. The windows cracked open a little bit. Oh, I'd love a food van like that. I'd be driving around feeding people burgers, hot dogs. Oh man, I'd love it. Trouble is, I'd be eating it all myself. I wouldn't have none left. I would make no profit. I'd never make a profit. Oh, what a crazy life. Right, let's have a look at this and see what's actually gone wrong, shall we? It won't take long to get this engine out. I'll just unscrew it, take it out, and then we'll all just have a nice happy life. Hopefully some of you lot have had a little bit. Wait, don't spit on the floor. What's the matter with you? It's nasty spitting on the floor. Huh?
A bogey, Mama.
I don't care if it's a bogey. If it's a bogey, go and spit on the grass. Don't spit on the floor. Well, the grass is the floor, but same thing. I hope none of you lot spit on the floor. That's a nasty habit. If I see someone walking down the street spitting on the floor, nasty, nasty habit that. Anyway, let's take this engine out. It won't take long. As I was saying, hopefully some of you lot have by now put in the comments what you think is the problem, and we'll soon find out. I love a little bit of guesswork, you know. I love it. I just love it. You just think, well, it could be that, could be this, could be that. It's a lot of fun. And the good thing is, this is why I like, you know, not just the hobby of RC, but Nitro, because when things break, it is, not only is it great fun to mend them, but there's no sort of, there's never any stress. I mean, you know, things break, lovely, who cares? No one, because it's a little Nitro car. It's brilliant. Put that there like that. The exhaust really I should take off. If I ask myself the question, do I care that the mat is slightly bent, and the answer would be no. No, I don't care. Right, let's put that around there. Oh good, the minion's got bored and it's gone. So that means, oh no, it's attacking the washing line with a paw noodle. That's never good, is it? Bloody washing line. That washing line survives a lot of stuff. Right, there's one exhaust pipe with springs. Happy days. Can we see any scorage? Oh, I can. There's a big score on the piston. There's a big score on the piston. You probably can't see it because lighting is pretty terrible at the moment. Put that light on, but I still don't really do a lot. Focusing's not too good either. I sent this camera off to Sony to be repaired. They repaired the screen and a few other things, but they've done a software update on it. I don't know if that's the reason why, but ever since it come back, the bloody focusing is absolutely diabolical. It's terrible. I don't know if that's the wrong driver, or if it is the wrong driver. That's right. Anyway, let's take off the head, and we might get a little bit of an indication of what the trouble is if we take the head off. I think I said before earlier on this morning, I said I reckon that gudgeon pin has come out and caused a bit of trouble there, but it might not be. I don't know, but that's the common thing. And oh, that head bolt was loose. And everyone said to me, you know, you should take your engine apart and check that and get it replaced, because they did do a replacement. They've done an upgraded thing. You should take it apart, send it back to Answer RC. They do it for free and all this kind of stuff. But I just never bothered. I just said, I'll take the gamble, I'll take the risk. If it breaks, it breaks. You know, every manufacturer of everything has problems, and there's always little things. It's just the way it is. If we can get this button off and make everyone cringe. Good. Use a screwdriver. Happy days. Plenty of cringing going on here. That thing's stuck in there, man. Might have to take the old glow plug out. If I twist this, it might twist on the button and get it out. There we go. Happy days. Right, there's old button. How you doing, button? Glad you're looking well. That's good to see. Yeah, I said earlier on it's not at TDC. In fact, it's nowhere near TDC. Look, it's, well, probably about 3/4 of the way up, but that's stuck solid. Absolutely stuck solid. That is not moving for nothing. So, oh, still got some engine bolts in there. Take that air filter off. That's not any use for anything. Let's take these engine bolts. Let's take this back plate off. What's that? Oh, where'd you get that from?
My gun bag.
Oh, right. Sounds good. Just found a tent peg. Anyway, let's get these bolts out of here. Oh, you can see what's going on. I did have a magnetic tray somewhere. There you go. There you go. There it is, magnetic tray. It's a bit funny working on a bent mat, but that's alright. It's only because it was on the floor, and these mats, if you stand them up sideways, they sort of flatten and they curl up. It's a bit annoying, really. They have to be flat all the time. I did want to get one of these, a big one. They do them in most RC shops, like S-Works ones and Fast Tracks ones, but they're a bit expensive for me. I'm not spending 50 quid on a bloody mat for a bench. No way, Jose. I won't spend 50 quid or anything. Right, let's get that out of there. No, still stuck solid. Back plate looks good. That's still stuck absolutely solid in there. Look at that. Ready? Nothing. Not a dicky bird. Trouble is, I need to go about and get the piston down in order. I wonder if you can see that score in there now. No, I don't think. I need to get the piston down in order to be able to have a look at it. So, bear with me. There we go. Trusty punch. What everybody absolutely loved in the other video. And trusty hammer. Everyone loved that in the other video as well. Right. Put this old pillowcase over there. That can go on there like that. Still solid. Absolutely solid. More force. It's the only way forward. More force. That's it. It's gone now. Yeah, I would say, there we go. Now what exactly, yeah, there's a big score. Well, it's not big, but there is definitely a score that shouldn't be there. Can you see it there? About there somewhere, there is a score. And that certainly shouldn't be there. Funny. maybe now, this piston and the sleeve's going to have to come out to be inspected anyway, but maybe now you can see what I was talking about on the piston through the exhaust port there. See it? Oh, the lighting is terrible, but there's a score there. Anyway, let's get this piston out. Get the sleeve out, sorry, and then we get the piston out. I need one of those sleeve puller tools. I haven't got one. A lot of my Nitro engine tools went missing years ago, and I ain't got a clue what happened to them. But anyway, we'll get it out the old-fashioned way. Bit controversial. People don't necessarily like it, but we'll do it. I'll get the piston down there first. So. Bit of cloth in there. Oh, not enough of it. More of it. In there like that. Piston up. Should force the sleeve up. Hopefully, with any luck. I'm not going to keep recording it because there'll be bloody hours of footage, but I'll show you when I got it out. This is proven to be quite a stubborn little engine here. I can't get the sleeve out. I need a proper tool for it. I haven't got a proper tool. I tried stuffing rag down the exhaust port because that's how I always done it back in the day. You know, just stuff a bit of rag in the exhaust port, turn the engine over, and it pops up the sleeve. Pull the rag out. You can get a screwdriver behind it and nip it out. That's stuck in there proper. I do need the proper tools. I might have to get onto old Answer RC and see if I can buy a sleeve puller off of them, because I did have one. I bought one years ago, back when I had the bearing pullers, and it all went missing. Anyway, so I've got it in the vise, obviously. I don't know what the hell that was. What was that? I don't know what that was. Something fell off. I've got it in the vise, obviously. Taken the carburetor off, and it's, when it gets to about halfway, it gets really, really stiff. So you can't turn it over properly. So we'll just stick a load of after run oil in there and see if that frees it up or not. Spin it round and see if that helps. Maybe it's just, don't know, maybe put loads of it in the exhaust. Maybe it's just really stiff because it sat around on the shelf for ages. It did have after run oil in it because I put some in it. But maybe it just needed to be oiled up. Maybe now it might be alright. I mean, who knows? With any luck, we might get some Nova purists turn up again. Man, I made a killing when all them haters were commenting on that B5R video. Jesus Christ, the views were mad. I couldn't keep up with it. YouTube even sent me an email saying, your video is really taking off. Keep doing what you're doing. I was like, Jesus, man. So what I need to do is get some engines, do things how people done things back in the day before all these posh tools come about and people start to get a bit snobby, and then they get the ump. Love it. Right, so at least now it's still really stiff, and it's still, but at least it turns over now. Before I couldn't, by hand, I couldn't get it past about halfway, because that's where it starts to go stiff, about there. It's not even, shouldn't be getting anywhere near the pinch. Well, I suppose it is getting near where it should be pinched, but anyway, at least now I can turn it over by hand. Plenty of oil in there, loads of oil in there. Look at all that oil in there now, loads of it. Maybe it was just too tight, you know. there is such a thing as being too tight. So maybe, because I can't get the sleeve out anyway, I don't want to damage it, obviously, too much. So I think what I might do then, the fact that I can't get the piston out and sleeve to inspect it, it obviously isn't that pin. Perhaps, well, I don't think it was that pin. I genuinely thought the way that it was stuck, I thought it was going to be that pin and it'd come out finally. But it didn't, I don't think. So we'll see. Don't forget she's cold as well. When she heats up, she should be alright. That bearing feels terrible. Yeah, listen to this bearing, ready? Focus. Right, enough rambling. I'm going to put it back together, and hopefully my starter box has got enough oomph in it. Yeah, hopefully. Can you see that now? Let's have a look. Let's focus on it. Alright. That score. Look through the exhaust port. Can you see the score on the piston? It goes from the top. It's dead in line there, look. From the top all the way to the bottom. Can't get it to go over anymore. Yeah. From the top. There we go. See, definitely. Anyway, let's get it back together and maybe she'll fire up. I suppose I'd better show you lot this before, because you're all going to be saying it. Just look down the exhaust port and see if the little clips on the pin still. Well, can't. If it'll have a bloody focus on the bloody thing. It can't really see, but it wouldn't surprise me if the little circlip is the culprit. But at the moment I'm sort of not really bothering to care about it too much. Anyway, so there's that. I thought I'd just show you, because some of you are going to say you didn't look. I have been looking, I just didn't show you lot. So now I've shown you. So let's get it back together and move on with life. Right, all back together, and just putting the exhaust springs on now, and we'll fire her up. Bloody hell! I was putting the exhaust springs on, and we'll fire her up. Might piss off the neighbour a little bit, but he gets annoyed about a magpie living its best life, so I think he gets annoyed about everything. So we'll just wing life as usual. Wing life and love it. Alright, so we're all on. I'm going to get this now as hot. I'm going to get this as hot as it's ever been. It's going to be roasting, just to make sure we get the best chance of getting this running and staying running. Right. Bloody hell. Jesus Christ. And I thought, you know, I can't even blow down my pipe. Right. I need. It's moved again. That's it. I just ain't got enough of them to get it past that sticky point. Just won't go past it. Now it's stuck backwards. Oh. I think we nearly got one. I think that was a close one. I think that was a close one. Oh, just don't want to go. Just don't want to go. There's a lot of oil in there now. Let's make sure my glow starter's actually working. It is, not the best, but it's working. There's a lot of oil in there, but loads and loads of oil in there. I might need to charge up my battery for me starter box. Yeah, the battery's running out on my starter box. To be continued. That's what it is. To be continued. Yeah, that needs charging up. That's not good. That's never going to work like that, my friends. So, that was sort of a half successful day. It did run, but then I don't think there's anything wrong with the engine. There'll be some people turn around and say it was never warm, it was never hot enough when you started it up the first time and it got a cold seize. Their cold seize is when it seizes up when it's cold. Some people say that, some people say it scored it and all this bollocks. It is what it is, you know. There'll be all these theories flying around, I'm pretty sure, and I'm not bothered about a single one of them. Anyone who knows anything, has got any experience in anything, won't ever be one of those people that goes, you done this, you done that, you're an idiot, because those people are the ones that don't know anything. Just remember, you lot, it is what it is. I'll see you lot on the next one. Treat people nicely, treat everybody how you want to be treated, and we'll all have a nice happy life, because everybody will get on with each other. Not that that really happens in real life, but it's a general moral to sort of go along, and we'll all have a good life. I'll see you later on, you lot. All the best, and as I say, to be continued. I'll charge up my starter box battery, and then we'll do a continuation of this video, getting this to run, try and find out what's the problem with it. Will it run again like it is now? Is there an actual problem with it? I don't know, but there will be a continuation of it. So if you want to see what the conclusion is, stick around on this channel and you'll see sooner or later.